He was the NBA's biggest punchline, a walking meme that had legends like Shaquille O'Neal publicly destroying his reputation on national television. For years, JaVale McGee was treated like basketball's village idiot, someone coaches actively avoided and fans laughed at. But here's what nobody saw coming. While they were all busy mocking him, this so-called fool was quietly building something extraordinary. 3 NBA championships, an Olympic gold medal, and wait for it, a Grammy nomination for producing music with Justin Bieber. The man they called stupid had the last laugh in the most shocking way possible. The nightmare began on January 16, 2012, when McGee attempted something that would haunt him for years. Playing for the Washington Wizards against the Houston Rockets, JaVale threw himself an alley-oop pass and tried to dunk it. The play failed spectacularly, and his coach benched him immediately. Most players would forget about one embarrassing moment, but this wasn't just any moment. It was the birth of a monster that would nearly destroy his career. Shaquille O'Neal had recently retired after dominating the league for decades. The 4-time champion signed with TNT and was given his own segment called Shaqtin' a Fool. What started as harmless fun, highlighting mascot fails and random bloopers, quickly became something much darker. Shaq found his perfect target in JaVale McGee, and what followed was years of systematic humiliation that went far beyond entertainment. The psychological warfare was brutal. Every mistake McGee made was amplified. Every awkward moment was replayed endlessly. Shaq would dedicate entire segments to mocking JaVale, even naming him the first-ever Shaqtin' a Fool MVP. The worst part, McGee's actual basketball improvements were completely ignored. He had helped the Denver Nuggets take the championship-winning Lakers to 7 games in the playoffs, but nobody cared about that. The narrative was set. JaVale McGee was a joke. The breaking point came when McGee achieved something extraordinary. He recorded a triple-double with 12 blocks, 12 rebounds, and 11 points, one of the rarest achievements in basketball history. Most players never even come close to a triple-double with blocks. JaVale was so excited about this incredible feat that he hung on the rim after the game-winning dunk, earning a technical foul. Instead of celebrating this historic achievement, Hall of Famer Kevin McHale called it terrible on national television. The media had decided McGee was a fool, and they weren't going to let facts change their minds. Behind the scenes, the damage was even worse. George Karl, McGee's coach in Denver, had once compared him to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, but as the media circus intensified, Karl completely changed his tune. He publicly called McGee lazy and crazy and benched him, despite the team's success. The coach who had praised his potential was now actively sabotaging his career. Other coaches and general managers watched the public humiliation and decided they wanted no part of the JaVale McGee circus. Then came the injury hell. A stress fracture in his tibia required surgery and a metal rod insertion. Despite being 7 foot 1 inches with incredible athleticism, McGee couldn't get signed. Teams were so afraid of the negative publicity that they'd rather go without a talented big man than deal with the media narrative. The mocking continued even while he was injured and fighting for his career. Shaq featured him on the show even when he only played 5 games in an entire season. Rock bottom came in 2016. JaVale McGee, an athletic 7-foot center in a league desperate for big men, was unemployed. The Dallas Mavericks had declined his option, and no team wanted to touch him. At 28 years old, it looked like his career was over. The joke had won, and the jokers were ready to move on to their next victim. But sometimes the most unexpected opportunities come from the most unlikely places. Kevin Durant's shocking decision to join the Golden State Warriors left them with limited salary cap space and a desperate need for a center. Steve Kerr, the Warriors' coach, saw something others missed. He wasn't looking for a meme. He was looking for a player who could help them win a championship. The Warriors took a chance on JaVale McGee, and everything changed. For the first time in his career, McGee was being used correctly. Previous coaches had tried to make him play like other centers, but Kerr understood his unique abilities. Instead of forcing him into a traditional role, the Warriors maximized his athleticism and timing. Draymond Green later revealed that McGee's basketball IQ was actually incredibly high. He just needed coaches who understood how to use his gifts. The transformation was immediate and shocking. McGee became a key contributor to one of the greatest teams in NBA history. His energy, shot blocking, and highlight reel dunks energized Oracle Arena and helped the Warriors dominate opponents. While Shaq was still making jokes, JaVale was making championship plays. The 2017 finals showcased everything. McGee was throwing down emphatic dunks, protecting the rim, and helping Golden State capture their second title in 3 years. The revenge was sweet, but it got even better. McGee re-signed with the Warriors and earned his second championship ring in 2018. Then he joined LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers, where he became a starter and put up career-best numbers. The 2020 season brought his third championship ring, making him one of the most successful players of his generation. The man they called stupid had more rings than most superstars. But here's where the story gets absolutely wild. Few people knew that McGee had been quietly pursuing music production during his basketball career. While everyone was focused on his on-court mistakes, he was developing his skills behind the mixing board. His passion for music led to an incredible opportunity, working with Justin Bieber on his Changes album. McGee was a producer on Justin Bieber's single, Available, from the album Changes that was just nominated for Best Pop Vocal Album at this year's Grammys. The Grammy nomination was the ultimate plot twist. The album is nominated for the Best Pop Vocal Album. McGee, being one of the producers, is credited for the same as well. The same person who had been mocked for his supposed lack of intelligence was now being recognized by the music industry's most prestigious awards. JaVale McGee had gone from NBA punchline to Grammy-nominated producer, proving that talent and determination matter more than public perception. The family connection made his success even more meaningful. His mother, Pamela McGee, had won Olympic gold in 1984 and was a basketball legend in her own right. But there's a secret that makes JaVale's existence even more remarkable. In 1987, Pamela was pregnant and considering an abortion. Sitting on Dockweiler Shore Beach, she prayed for guidance. The next day, her pastor delivered a sermon about not aborting one's blessings. She canceled the appointment and gave birth to JaVale, who would go on to achieve everything she dreamed of and more. When McGee won Olympic gold in 2021, he and his mother became the first American mother-son duo to both earn Olympic gold medals. The blessing that almost never was had become a historic achievement. The man who was supposed to be basketball's biggest fool had accomplished something no family in American sports history had ever done. Even in 2025, McGee continues to defy expectations. The center has a deal with Vaqueros de Bayamón, the club that added Danilo Gallinari earlier this month. He's playing professional basketball in Puerto Rico. On Friday, 3-time NBA champion JaVale McGee got into an altercation with Jonathan Rodriguez, a guard forward for the Capitanes de Arecibo. Even at 37, he's still bringing that competitive fire that made him special. JaVale McGee's farewell announcement as former teammates praise his legacy and impact in the NBA. And NBA players take to social media to react to ex-Golden State Warriors champion JaVale McGee's recent Instagram post. Show the respect he's finally earned from his peers. The joke has become the inspiration. JaVale McGee's story is the ultimate revenge tale. While Shaq and the media were busy laughing, he was busy working. While they were making memes, he was making history. 3 NBA championships, an Olympic gold medal, a Grammy nomination, and a legacy that proves you should never let others define your limits. The man they called a fool had the intelligence to turn mockery into motivation, and that's the smartest play of all. Sometimes the greatest victory isn't proving you're right, it's proving everyone else wrong while they're still laughing. JaVale McGee didn't just win championships. He won the ultimate game by rewriting his own story. The joke became the legend, and that's a plot twist nobody saw coming.